Haha.
Ah.
Stuff due. Yeah, so you already rolled to see who's recapping what. So
um,
have fun.
so
We're off to a great start.
I say because out of the characters that are actually in the game right now, Aiden got the highest there, so Aiden should recap what happened in Cave Town.
Oh god. Okay, so what happened was we made it further into the cave, found some delightful diamond dust here and there. There may be some broken, circles later. You never know. Um, we got to another open area, and Aiden had a big brain moment about this cool portal. But in the process of said big brain moment, accidentally Katamari'd more books. And then the librarian lady was very upset when Diana was like, time to attack the books. And Ida tried to hold him back because it was going for a similar book of what started this whole mess. And we murdered a pile of books. The librarian showed up. She was not happy. She stabbed Diana, and Diana stabbed her back. We made it. And we are officially in Dream's End now. And Derek didn't run away scared this time. Yay!
That's true. He successfully punched. And Annis is super strong right now.
Oh yeah, she's big buff Annis. She drank a strength potion.
Buff wife.
Buff wife, buff wife.
How long does that last again? Like an hour or something?
I think it does, yeah.
It lasts an hour.
Oh, it's so. I forgot you drank that potion.
Yep, she just reached right in and casually just grabbed the book and pulled it out.
Yeah, she got Aiden's book back for him, and he thinks she's the most amazing thing in the entire universe right now. So, nobody can top that.
Look, I'm here for buff wife Annis.
Honestly.
So is Derek.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Derek feels safe as the little spoon.
Like, I'm not saying buff Annis is the ultimate power in this game, but buff Annis gets everybody, okay? I'm just saying.
Buff Annis, make sure that whatever needs to get done gets done.
Facts.
That dude over there, unthrown, we got a solution.
These harvesters, I've got a solution.
I've got two solutions, arm 1 and arm 2.
I'll never forget how, even without the potions, she was just able to casually handle them.
Yeah.
I'll treasure that memory.
Like, it's important to understand that Annis is not ambidextrous, but both of them are still her dominant arm.
Guns. Anyway.
She's like, I heard druids weren't allowed to use guns, but I can't exactly put them down. Bad movie one-liners continue for the duration of the session, and we never actually play.
Oh, jeez.
No.
If it makes you feel any better, for the start of this session, I'm gonna heal Diana, because she needs it.
Yeah, so...
You are still down like 20 HP.
We can say it happened before we went.
I mean, like, you can do that. You could also just, rest if you want to. It depends on how long you want Annis to be super buff.
No rest.
No rest.
Team Warlock is a go.
Fine. You can heal Diana.
I mean, I figured we were going to take like an actual, because it's like, what, we have a whole week going on in this thing?
So we're going to sleep at the top of a tower. In a place we've never been before.
I mean, we got
I mean, wherever you sleep is a place you've never been before here.
True.
Technically, going to London was a place that I'd never been before.
Yeah, and Aiden didn't sleep there. Be careful with that logic.
Look. To be fair, London was more dangerous with the ley lines. I'm breathing great here.
Annis turns into a giant eagle, picks up Derek, and just swoops down.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna recap where you're at since that part didn't really get
Okay.
summarized. All right.
Would you rather take a short rest or
I
I wasn't sure if you still had any
heal away.
Hey yo. I'm gonna
Yes.
aura of healing. And if does Annis or Derek need any healing? Because it goes off for a little bit.
I don't think I took any damage. I don't remember Derek.
I think you took
firing.
damage prior to the rest, but after the short rest, I think you topped yourself off.
Yeah, like during the fight with the book golem and the angry librarian, I don't think Annis or Derek took any damage.
Cool. So it's 6 rounds of
No,
26.
the books were very inaccurate with their attacks. They're not very good at hitting things.
Oh, and Taro is still with us.
Oh yeah, you still have Taro. That is important.
Trackers. I can heal Taro.
No,
No.
Oh.
I don't think you can.
Is it not an outline?
Is there something that says you can't?
Well, that's
I don't
fair,
think
but
there's actually anything that says you can't. I think people just don't usually bother.
yeah,
Target.
he's just some rocks.
Diana.
He'll be fine.
Oh, that's 10 right there. 1.
Like, I know that illusions can't be healed, so like when you have a simulacrum, they can't be healed, but I don't think elementals or summons actually fall into that.
I was thinking back to version 1 of Raps where we couldn't heal.
Oh yeah, he couldn't be healed just due to the fact that he was like special.
Did that not actually heal you back?
It is. It's trust me. I'm watching the wound counter go down.
Oh, you still have 20 more?
What? No.
Keep in mind that wound is not current HP.
It's not reflected on the combat tracker. Tracker.
The combat tractor is a dangerous creature. You don't want to fight it.
Okay.
But trust me, I'm seeing it on my side.
It's 17 total, so it's like what, 3 left?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll that was 3 rounds of that.
Somehow rolls double zeros.
Would scream. Alright, and then Taro gets those last 2. Throw those at him. Taro
Okay,
takes
so
You can have it again.
yeah. 1.
while you sort out your health and status, so yeah, you stepped onto that portal and you went into a very bright place for a little while where you were kind of floating, and then eventually it settled a bit, and you found yourselves on top of a tower with old and impossible architecture. Looking above you, the sky was a swirl, and still is, a swirl of purples, reds, magentas. It's very much the um, kind of like the way that whenever astronomers try to make space look cooler than it probably is by just giving artistic renditions of what space looks like to get people really invested. Not that it doesn't necessarily look that way, just to clarify for anyone writing an angry comment, we just can't see that with our telescopes, so we get creative with our colors. Like we just recently found out what like Neptune actually looks like, so that's where we're at. um, but regardless, yeah, so it looks like that. Like the area around you is illuminated without a sun or a moon, but the speckled sky itself seems to be glowing. And it's actually very hard for you standing up here on this tower looking up to get a proper sense of how far away this is. Because like looking at the sky, you know it's very far away, but like just standing there until someone tells you, like as a child, like, hey, those are a billion miles away, it looks a lot closer. In the case of this one, it's actually a little more misleading because you can see the swirls moving themselves, which the fact that you can see them means they're either incredibly large or they're much closer. It's a little difficult to tell. Um, Perhaps more interesting. Um, so, like I said, you're on top of a tower that goes down. There's a stairway that goes down along the edge of the tower. Um, But looking over the edge and down, um, you see that unlike the clouds above, looking down, you see something that looks more like the um, the surface of a soap bubble, like similar colors. You've still got your reds, and now there's a bit more of the spectrum. You got some blues and greens mixed in. Your purples are still there, like it's Roy G. Biv represent all that. But it's looks like this tower goes into something that is kind of curvy, but it seems to ripple a bit. Like there are ripples, there are small waves on it. Diana knows from spending an unhealthy amount of time looking at water that um, this is similar to an ocean, but it's not quite the same. Um, it it's very interesting. Like, it's hard to tell if this is reflecting all the colors above or not, but it seems to include more colors than above. In a lot of ways, above you is a colorful rendition of like the concept of space as we understand it, like a starry night sky, and below you is a colorful rendition of the concept of like water or the ocean. Um, but most importantly, that's all you can see down there. The tower seems to go down towards that. Um, the the walkway is definitely there, and it takes you down, and it looks like there's maybe some sort of um, platform right before you get to the watery surface. But when you look far out and away from the spiller, you don't see anything. You don't see anything in the distance that implies anything else exists. It's simply this tower in the middle of nowhere with a big cloudy sky and a big ocean below.
Are there any windows or anything on the tower? Or
You do not see from this angle if there are any windows. It's not quite smooth, but you don't see anything that you can really identify as special manufacture beyond the alcove sticking out near the bottom and the stairs themselves that lead down.
hmm. About how far down does this look? I know you said last week, but I just don't
Oh,
remember.
like looking down, you'd say that it's not as far as like the 5 hours of walking you did to get to the lab before, or not the lab, the library before, but you'd say it would probably take a few minutes to get down, like not heavy. You could probably be down in 5 at a comfortable pace. If you had to run, you could do it much faster, but
Okay.
and if you're one of those weirdos who walks on the sides of walls and stuff, you could obviously do it faster too. It's more taking your time because you don't want to slip than it is because it's a long distance.
Hmm. All right. I guess we should proceed down. I don't see
Oh,
any other way.
one other thing I forgot to describe before. So like I've told you what it looks like, but in terms of like how it feels and how it sounds, like you have the faint sound of like an ocean rumbling in the background, but you don't feel a breeze on your face. It's kind of surreal that you're in a place where obviously something is moving the water or water like substance below, but you don't feel a breeze. You don't hear any animals. There's no birds chirping. There's nothing like it's eerily quiet here, with the exception of the noise that a lot of you are making. Um, and it smells kind of reminiscent of something that I think by this point all of you have experienced. It smells like cotton candy.
Hmm.
I think Iden has had cotton candy. I think we established that before.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like it's like a very slight, airy, sugary smell. Um,
Start sniffing the
Oh,
air.
I think you said last week. Is there a sun or a moon in the sky?
there are no sun or moon. The sky is that
Hmm.
weird cloudiness, and that seems to be where the light comes from.
Yeah, no way to go but down, I guess.
Although, hey, it smells nice.
Not exactly what I was expecting, but I don't know what I was expecting.
Aiden's just licking his lips and like sticking his tongue out in the air to try to like see if he can taste it. Like,
Oh, and you said that there
like
were
the
like tattered cloth and sunflower seeds on the stairs.
Yes, there were like you noticed when you were looking around that there were little bits of the notes from that, at least presumably the same piece of paper that you were finding before with the musical score that seemed to have been used as an improvised breadcrumb trail alongside a few seeds still here. They're not as frequent as before. You're getting the impression that whoever was doing this is starting to ration them out, and they obviously lost most of their seeds when you found the bigger bundle right before they got to the sigil. But you still see a few that signifies that this is apparently the correct way they went. You did not jump in the wrong random portal. Um, and since you mentioned that, everyone give me a perception check.
Penelope, I miss you.
17.
Oh no! I couldn't see mine because the dice was sitting up.
Yeah, you both rolled at the exact same time, so I thought someone rolled with disadvantage, but no. Okay, so 17 for Aiden. He would have been paying attention to this anyway, so this is actually pretty good. Um, Aiden, you notice that as your group steps out of that glow from before, where the portal brought you here, you notice that the circle that kind of summoned you all to this place seems to also run on diamond dust, but when the glow fades away, the dust fades with it. Unlike the lights, which seem to be sustaining something very minor, this one seems to consume the stuff, and you don't think from looking at it that there is enough there to get back with what you currently like what Aiden is currently aware of.
Yeah, I
As a
just like
side thing from
down
the
in
recap, someone else found some and didn't tell him, but
Wait, hold on, sorry. So, what just happened?
Yeah, Aiden looks. You see him just stop for a moment. He pulls out his 50 gold pieces worth of like diamond dust. Looks behind him. Looks to Diana and goes, Well, this isn't gonna be enough to get back. We're gonna need more of this fancy diamond dust.
You mean to get back to where we came from?
Apparently so.
Anis's glasses have fogged up, and so she's had to take them off, and she's just totally blind. Doesn't understand what's going on.
Anis, unlike those other things, like he's speaking in silver right out of you. He's like, can you maybe you should explain to her that it kind of just ate all of that diamond dust.
How did you? So apparently we're going to need diamond dust back.
What? Oh,
You don't happen to have any on you, do you?
Aren't you the richest person here, Diana? You kind of knew it. It was.
It's kind of back on the other side. I would need, my diamond collection.
well,
You have that thing called currency, right?
First of all, you don't use that as currency unless you're like crazy powerful rich. That's just not happening here.
maybe we'll find some more here. There needs to be like.
So you don't have any? Don't some of your spells use it?
It's not exactly easy to come by, so even if I.
Yeah, Anis is like. He looks like I don't even have that thing called currency I'll use, and Anis is probably just a step above me. No offense, Anis. He's like talking, just like.
None taken?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Do I
Let's hope.
DM, do I need to make a roll to determine if I think that what I have is going to be enough to power this along with what Aiden has?
Um, you can do an Arcana check to get an idea.
Because if it's enough, I'll say something. But if it isn't, I'm not going to.
And then, can I do an Arcana check to see if I know just how much you would need just to begin with?
You can also roll an Arcana check just to get a guess.
Ooh.
It rolled and then stopped. I'll take it.
Okay. So, Annis, looking at the circle, it looks like if you were to try to fill a complete one, it would probably take. We're just going to use the gold value for this rather than calculating weight and stupid stuff like that. It would take about 100 GP worth of diamond dust to activate this once.
100. So Aiden has 50.
Mhm.
I. Got the.
And what Diana would know off of her roll as well is that it probably consumed all of the dust that was sitting on the circle when you came here.
Oh.
So if you were to leave and come back, you'd probably be paying for both trips.
Another. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Shit's expensive.
Yeah, don't worry too much about it. If we need to use this to go back, we'll probably find some along the way, but don't worry too much about it.
You know, with as many circles as there were on the way here.
I'm sure there's more once we find them.
Sure. All right. I say we just head down and see if we can figure out. There's
Nowhere to go but down.
Well, that and you see the pieces of paper left on the stairs too. Yep, and she's just gonna start heading down the stairs.
Well, I mean, I suppose I could fly up, but down. Okay. So, do we want to do what we did to get down that well in Lara's lab in Sherwood and just all walk down and you can.
The thing with like the sticky ball.
How all of us except for you can walk on walls or
Yeah.
fly.
I mean, I'll just take the stairs if you guys can't carry me down there.
I'm trying to remember exactly what did Diana write on.
If you don't mind sitting sideways or like weirdly on his side as he goes.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
He's like this. She's like this.
I don't know what that means. I can't see you.
She's.
I mean, I could just carry you. I am very strong for the next 50 minutes.
She just casually leans a little closer to Annis, like, good mind.
I need to make a roll about this.
Anna's getting all the babe.
Yeah, what roll are you making? I'm curious.
I'm rolling my D100.
Diana, for the other hand, Freddy don't need to be there.
Yeah, alright, I don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Watch out, Freddy, you've got competition.
Alright, she's just gonna scoop up Diana and cast Spider Climb on herself.
Is Spider Climb concentration?
Oh, let me check.
I'm asking you before you do it.
Yeah. Are you Spider
I mean, shit.
Are you? There. Yeah, it's concentration.
So it's that or Taro, I guess.
Hmm.
Because summons are concentration, right? Like, they've rewritten how they work, but I'm pretty sure that one was concentration.
I'm gonna roll my own D100.
Summon element.
83.
Yep, concentration.
Right. I just didn't want you to lose your elemental without
That's an 83 for.
knowing.
What?
I mean, I'll have to let Taro turn back into mud, but this would get us down here much faster.
I mean, I would greatly appreciate being carried by such a strong individual.
And Derek and Aiden can both just do it naturally.
Hey,
the
Derek,
walking
I'll
on
race you
walls.
down there.
I don't think we should probably race our way into cotton candy hell.
Sounds great.
Okay, but stop before you get to the ocean down there. So do I need to make like a check, or can I
No,
just
I'm just gonna let you do it. You're crazy strong.
Scoop.
All right.
Better hold on tight.
So is Taro actually gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kind of pat him on the head and go, "Thanks, buddy. I'll see you soon."
Shelly, I need you to move.
Taro crumbles back into dirt.
Bye, Taro.
She's just so Diana's just like wrapping her arms around Anna's neck and like just kind of like I wish you could see what is going on right now because
I'm assuming it's very dramatic.
Oh, so dramatic.
Yeah, it's very dramatic.
Don't let Nimue know.
You don't have to worry about that. Nimue watches elves and half-elves. It's fine.
Yeah, but Addison, she's peeping through. Like, I see you.
Yeah, that's what Will was just saying.
Oh. I thought he was saying you're safe because you're not a half-elf.
No.
Like,
how would she be safe from that?
Annis is oblivious. She's just like,
beautiful.
This is the fastest way to get down the tower. I don't.
All right. So you successfully go down the side of the tower.
Oh, I am terrified. Absolutely terrified.
I'm scared of heights, I see. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Reading Heights. Yes.
Well, don't look down, I guess. And she's just gonna walk off the.
Don't worry. I won't. I'm not gonna be able to look down. Trust me.
Yeah.
Just like casually feels one of the muscles on Annis's arm.
This is extremely difficult with you, but it's funny. So
I don't really care about your business.
Meanwhile, Derek is like,
I'm gonna.
I'll allow it. I guess. I don't know.
Derek, you can walk down by yourself.
I can. Yep. And I will. And he does.
Yeah. Derek, do you want me to carry you, bro?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You want to race?
No. I don't think you should do that.
Derek, is something wrong? And she says this while like patting his face.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start running.
Woo! I run.
All right.
Diana internally, this is the best day of my life.
She's like, I may be a Penelope stan.
Dan is like, is this what contact is?
Oh my god. She thirsty.
All right. So
I'm being useful.
I'm helping. I'm innocent. I'm helping. All right, cool. So you all go down the side.
Yeah.
Successfully. No one falls and dies. As you get closer to the liquid, the cotton candy-ish smell starts to pick up a little more.
Okay, if my brain is going where it is, that shit tastes like cotton candy. He's full on galloping. He is like, he's about to drink that. He runs free. His luscious, hair.
I guess as I'm running, I'll be looking for like opening windows, doors, anything in the side of the tower.
Okay. Yeah. As you do that, you can roll a new perception check to see if anything stands out to you.
And thank you for graciously allowing me to use the dominant hand. Roll this perception check.
We've already established that they're both the dominant hand.
I mean, that's fair.
14.
Looking over it doesn't really seem like um, this is ever like this was not built as like a normal tower. Um, like you not only do you not see windows, you don't really see anything sticking out of it to imply that this is, you know, the kind of thing that would have even medieval plumbing or rain irrigation or much of anything. Like it's not a perfectly smooth surface, but it's smooth enough that the people wall walking it can still get purchased. But like it doesn't feel real. The closest thing that you could think of would be like Annis has been to has Annis ever been to a Ren fair? Let's ask that question.
Hmm.
I don't know if she would or not, which is why I'm asking.
Genuinely dumb question. They have those over in the UK, right? That's not
I
just a
mean,
here thing.
I think they have equivalents.
Okay.
Because there's
She's probably been to
Pickle Bean.
one, just at least
Like I
one.
know they have them now, so I'm assuming that they had them in 2005. I don't think they're that new of a concept. Um,
No,
Definitely over here, they've had them for a long time.
like I know cosplayers who post pictures from events. So if they're not actually Ren fairs, they're effectively go dress up in fake castle places
I
events.
was going to the one here in Charlotte in 2001.
Right. Like I don't
Yeah.
think Europe is quite like I don't know if it hits the same way because for us Ren fairs are also kind of like let's all don our worst accents day. But I imagine they have similar stuff. Like regardless, ultimately, is that the kind of thing that Annis would go to, even just out of curiosity?
Yeah, she would have probably gone to at least one. And yes, there are Ren fairs in the UK. Because
Confirmed.
it seems like something that could be uniquely American, but no, they have them over
It's
there.
a fair question. There's a lot of weird stuff that only we do, so that's a fair question. Um, yeah, so it takes Annis a second to place it, but the the feeling kicks in and it's hard to kick after that. So having been to, you know, recreations of fantasy world type events, um, this feels almost like a backdrop, like something that isn't real, but obviously it's here. It's too simple.
Hmm.
What you thinking, Annis?
This sounds absurd, but this feels kind of like fake.
I
Like,
mean,
I know it's here. Obviously, I'm walking on it. It doesn't feel like it's real.
I mean that cotton candy smells.
I mean, from what I understand, things that maybe aren't necessarily imaginary, but things that show up in dreams can also end up in dreams end. Shockingly enough.
Right. Having this conversation just with Diana and her, just like casually strolling.
Yeah,
That is.
casually strolling perpendicular.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, as you do.
Faux JoJo's.
Without all the wind sweeping your hair's just kind of flopping down. But yeah,
This tower feels like it doesn't. It feels like it's fake. Like it was just constructed to look like it's in the background of something. The sky looks weird, and that ocean doesn't look right either.
You see Aiden in a distance run that juicy cotton candy.
It smells like cotton candy. That's weird, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it is fake, it is a pretty strange fake.
wow, wow.
I was.
Oh, you're sitting on that one, weren't you?
I was, and I'm like.
It's
Is there
time.
a check I can make? I don't know.
A check you can make to do what?
See through the illusion that we're all seeing? I don't know.
I mean, as far as you can tell, there's no illusion. It just feels fake.
Can I see through the matrix if I roll a 20?
I mean, you can try to roll a 20 and then I can tell you something, but I don't know that you're going to see backwards katakana scrolling down the world around you.
Nah, I just keep heading for that little platform.
I do appreciate that that's what Matrix Code is, though. Yeah, so after a moment of this adventure, you get to the base, or closer to it. You get to where the alcove is. It's not actually the base, but it's closer. The alcove is likewise very simple. Um, while the whole thing is a tower, this is an indentation into the tower. So you couldn't see it from above, but here, because it's going inwards on what's essentially a giant oblong cylinder, uh, there's a big door.
Does it lead to the cotton candy water?
The cotton candy wander is well below, but there's a big door in front of you, and by big I mean like very big, like bigger than the normal like 1 square 5 foot antics. Like this is a very big door. You get the impression that all four of you could walk into this like you're walking to Oz or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Any sunflower seeds, scraps, music notes, or sheets?
Rolling off your perception, you find just from before. Yeah, you can see a seed down here. It seems like that one was almost deliberately thrown into a small crack in the ground.
And the water is way, way, way below.
Yeah, you were like halfway down this thing where you're at now.
Mm.
So like there's water is down there. You'll note that the little stairway that took you down here does not go down further. If you want to
Okay.
go play with the water, you'll have to run down the wall.
Oh.
All right.
Why do you do this to me?
Door is, let's see.
I'll come back
I've
to
got
it.
that check for trap spell. Do I want to burn?
I can always come back to this water.
Find traps. No, I think I should save my second level spell slot.
I mean, I can just push open the door.
Does it look like it opens?
It looks like it would open inward.
Okay. Well, I guess we should go in the door.
I'm gonna push it.
All right, you pushing it?
Yeah.
Okay, as soon as you touch it,
Yeah.
the door glows bright and disappears.
Whoa.
And inside, you can see a rainbow of colors.
Oh, so like the door just disappears as in there's now a hole?
Now there's a doorway without a door.
Did it look like it was like an illusion that was?
It looks like there was a thing there, and once someone touched it, it disappeared. It's not like a faded away illusion. It's like in video games when, like the really old video games where like Link walks up and has a key, and then the door just disappears.
Ah.
Probably not the weirdest thing we're going to see, and it's just like we can't see anything past.
You see a lot of light right now. It's pretty bright.
Oh boy. Readjusting my eyes.
Just putting sunglasses on.
taking the off.
Could get the bat or Goldhilda to go through there.
I didn't lose by, doing shit.
So
I'm imagining that's like on your family crest.
I have put Diana down, and I'm like, I think I want to summon the bat, and then you
He
do
sticks
something.
his arm through like that one.
All right. I'm assuming you didn't just lose your arm there, big guy.
Pulls it back.
You stick your arm through and you pull it back, and your arm is intact.
I stick my face through.
Sticking your face through, you can see that past this bright glow, inside of it, there's a lot going on. I'm going to show you what Aiden can see looking through.
Aiden just takes a moment and he's like, Annis doesn't know if you can hear him and will eventually pull his head back out. Like, oh my god.
Meanwhile, back there, like as Annis has said Diana now, she just puts an arm or a hand on Annis's arm again. She's like,
fucking god.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
She just pats her hand like, happy to be helpful.
Thank you. And she just like grabs her hand. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was an experience.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Jesus Christ,
Aiden
Captain.
is going blind right now. Yeah, can she hear him from the other side?
If he makes a noise, yes, she can hear him.
Annis, oh my god, there's so many colors, and you just hear this gibbering. And he's like, Annis colors.
Against your better judgment, Annis will also stick her.
Yep, you can see inside of it.
Your wings.
So Aiden, looking inside, you can see a world of colors. It appears that this giant thing that you've been walking down the side of is relatively hollow. It seems to just be made up of, 4 walls, like a giant square that goes all the way down. And the walls seem to be lined with faces.
Oh.
They're like little heads that are just heads and like necks that seem to be sticking out of little display alcoves all throughout on all sides. And these faces all seem to be breathing, but their eyes are closed. They look like they are asleep to you.
He's
Um,
screaming.
and you see a spiraling downward staircase made out of light that in this picture it's still because I didn't want to kill our processors, but imagine if they're cycling between the colors of the rainbow in Roy G. Biv order, like a gamer chair or something. And
It is a gamer stream.
and you also see throughout the area little gargoyle-like statues
That's what I thought.
of very pretty centaur people. Annis, when you look in, you see all the exact same things, except the statues are of very pretty half-elven people.
He's like,
Huh.
and Annis?
So this is the view we get looking down.
This is if you're leaning in and looking down. If you look up, the view is very similar going all the way back up to presumably the top, except at the top there's another row of faces looking directly down from the top at you. Looking down from here, you can see that eventually, after you go down a ways, there is a weird-ish. It's sort of hard to tell, but like there's a lot of light coming from the bottom, and the light coming from the bottom is reminiscent of the waters you saw outside. But in the middle of that, there seems to be another doorway like the one that you're looking down from right now. And it is perpendicular. Like this would be something that you would jump into rather than walk into.
So the faces looking down from the top, are they awake or are they also?
They are also appearing to be asleep, and they are oriented in such a way that the bases of them are all going towards the outside of the structure. And in the dead center, there is a face that it's kind of weird because it looks like it is actually 4 faces on the sides of one head. Like it's still looking in all 4 directions that way. It also, from what little you can tell from this distance, I'm just going to give you this one, it also appears to be breathing and asleep.
I don't like this. So Ennis is going to try to stick to the inside of the structure with spider climb.
Yeah, where do you want to try to stick to it? Because the walls are lined with faces.
Oh, so
there are those structures things like in the map, but is that what you're talking about, like the stone in between?
Yeah.
You can stick to that.
well, I think the less time we spend in here, and she just goes back out. Less time we spend in there, the better. Lot to take in.
Oh no, what's going on in there?
You just have to see it for yourself.
There's centaurs
This,
in
I didn't.
the statues.
Anna sticks her face back through. She doesn't see centaurs.
Nope, she sees half-elves. Notably not elves, but half-elves.
The gargoyles? The half-elf.
No.
Diana, put your head through and tell us what.
Okay.
A lot of faces.
Pops her face through the glowing to see the inside.
You see everything that they do, except for you, they are in fact more humanoid. No pointy ears.
Casually leans back out. Yeah, they're more like they didn't have pointy ears or anything. They didn't have horse butts.
Huh. So we're
I
all
think mine
seeing.
were more like humanish.
And were they all extremely attractive?
Yeah.
So we're all seeing.
Yeah, all of the ones that Diana sees are women.
Anna's
They were all really just.
Anna's
They're
is
like really
seeing
hot
like
ladies.
9 out of 10 of them are guys, but that last one is a woman.
Yeah, go for it. You're at liberty to decide how your statue vision works.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they were all just like really attractive.
I didn't like goes to put a hand up. To be fair, all centaurs very pretty.
We'll unpack that later. Anyway, I think we can we should just go because the less we have to go in there, but the
I didn't get a good look at the faces on the walls, but
I don't think we want to wake them up.
Diana's gonna poke her face back into the glowing area again.
Yeah.
And she's gonna like maybe not. She's gonna pay a little more attention to the faces.
Oh yeah, once we're in there.
Are they like all identical faces, or do they all look distinct from each other?
They all look distinct.
Okay. If she looks around, can she see any faces that she might recognize?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Are we on the same wavelength?
I don't know. Let me roll and find out. Oh, sorry.
Also, I am struggling because I can't get this.
13.
You don't see anyone that you personally recognize.
Okay, there we go. I got it fixed.
All right, cool. And she'll want to keep looking for looking to see what she can see as she's going down the staircase, but
nope. Anna's just scoops her up.
No. Like as they are going down, like
gotcha.
Yeah, like she's not going like I'm going to go. No, she's just going to like.
Gotcha.
That is a mental.
Gotcha.
That is internal. But she's gonna just pop her head back out and she'll be like, I mean, yeah.
Does anyone need to take a break? I'm looking at the others.
I'm good. Keep going.
All right. Well,
trust me. This is a very weird thing that it's a very weird. Not the weirdest thing I've seen.
It's not an angry librarian.
That's also not the weirdest thing I've seen.
Okay. Well, second verse same as the first, and then
she's just like.
Just starts walking.
I'm just gonna wait till we're not around thousands of ask her, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna be far away by the time Annis is going.
Yeah, Annis does not like this situation. Annis is just.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I? Because I think we the people were on the same page. If I wanted to think that.
Yeah.
I do. Nice.
This available land, I guess, for me to step on looks like it's probably pretty. I think Annis is focused all of her concentration on slipping and stepping on her face.
I'm gonna really search. I'm going to guidance.
All right. So what exactly is Aiden looking for?
Is there any faces? Because like to him, if
And is this where people dream? And like, do they all faces show up here? Like, trying to see if there's anyone.
Yeah.
I figured we were on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to.
And maybe the gargoyles.
Oh, I'm gonna. There's a. Oh wow, 24.
All right. So you're just looking as you travel down, because like
I'm
you don't. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna stop at that first or second row where the guard.
Okay.
For a moment. But
Oh,
yes, I am in like a length of a way. Start checking those rows.
okay. Yeah. So looking over the first few rows of faces, you notice that
Who the fuck is Nina?
you don't see Nina.
No.
You're not going to see Nina. Um, but you do notice that there are some faces in here. Like you don't recognize the people, but you notice some traits in them that don't mean as much to Iden, but you get the sense that a lot of the people that are currently here are in alignment with uh, similar traits to them, similar like racial or hairstyles or stuff like that. Um, like not that they're all homogenous, but like there are definitely groups of styles that seem to be more represented in some places than others. And also, you do notice while you're paying close attention that every now and then one of them sort of scrunches their face a little bit, and it looks like their eyes are about to open. And then just as that happens, there's a quick flicker and a different face is there.
Interesting. I'm gonna stop at one of the centaur gargoyles and
Uh
get
huh.
close on that little pathway where there's still like flat area. And I'm just gonna whisper to it like, "Hello? Are you alive? Like, do you watch over the sleeping?"
You do not get a reply.
Interesting. I'm not gonna touch it because I feel like that horribly. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna like follow behind and like keep. You know, like when you follow somebody. Yeah, that tends to.
So you're following behind how far?
Like he's now following Annis, but kind of like keeping watch behind Lee's face.
Okay. Um, so as you go about a row down, off of your 24 perception, Iden, you do finally come across a face that you recognize.
Oh.
And that face belongs
Oh no.
to Clover.
Oh! You bastard.
Whoa, okay. Not what I was expecting.
I was because he's.
I guess he's asleep, technically.
Iden full stops, and you hear like like it is distinct. Clop, everything stops at once.
Ennis will stop and look back. Is Derek like behind me or happen to
Yeah,
you?
Derek is walking a little bit ahead of you. When asked about it, he goes, I have every faith in you, but in the event that you, for whatever reason, have to drop Diana, I promise to try to catch her.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Ennis will stop and kind of not without like turning too much, just look behind her. Be like, big guy?
You just see him like starting to head over to that face. Wherever it's at, he is making his way.
All right, I'm going to add your tokens here. This does not mean we're fighting. I think it'll just make the visualization easier. Since we're describing where people are at. So I'm just going to drag you guys in and
I like in the back of my mind, I was like, there are options here. Either it's gonna,
Yeah.
and then I was like, my mind was like,
oh, it made you guys tiny. Hold up. You're not that small. I'm just going to make
It
you a
would,
little bigger.
oh yeah, yeah. It would also depend on like what time of the
Yeah, but
Like-
he's forever sleeping until we.
I knew you weren't gonna give me Nina. That'd be too easy.
Nah.
Too easy. But one can only hope.
Oh
Well,
my god.
at least now we know he's still alive.
I mean,
Like,
sounds
actually, you guys were going down this thing, so I'm gonna move you over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'll resize you all in a second while you're talking. I just want to get this.
you're so tiny.
Yeah, it's a really big picture. I should have sized it down. That would have probably made it load faster too. I didn't realize it was so big until I started dragging you on here and started applying the actual size. Because like I didn't turn on a grid for this one because I didn't think it was gonna matter. Like I don't think you're planning on fighting in here, but
I attack a gargoyle.
I won't stop you.
I wield Diana as a weapon.
Holy shit! Improvised weapon feat time.
Wait, how are you proficient?
Improvised weapon feat.
Proficient in humanoid.
Fuck yeah. One leggy.
I mean, I did pick Leopold and throw him at Elliot. I can't remember.
If I ever make a homebrew barbarian class, it's going to be entirely about improvised weapons and like using creatures as weapons.
Fuck yes.
I think other people have made something to that effect before, so I'd probably just find someone who's already done the work, but that's kind of what would happen.
Oh, there I am. I was wondering where I was.
Yeah. Y'all
Yeah,
tiny.
Elliot, like, literally leaves the group. Like you see where he just dead stops, turns, and makes way.
I don't see you.
It's very tiny.
very-
so
yeah.
we're
It's
like-
not big.
Okay, so like we're kind of in that like lower right hand area, and he's kind of in the upper left hand.
Oh.
The way
Ish.
across.
So you were following behind us.
Pretty
Gotcha.
much. Like I saw his face from across the fucking room in those music videos and was like, making my way downtown. Making my way down the wall, yeah, walking fast.
Somehow Aiden has learned Vanessa Carlton music. Sordal did this. Sordal taught you this.
Honestly. Sortal would. Yeah, so he immediately like is the face, it's breathing, its eyes are shut, like
That came out in 2002.
I know it did because I had to review that anime music video.
Oh, right. Good times.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, just to make this a little bit easier, there's your boy.
Oh no, yeah, he is like creeping between the spacing, trying to get to Clover. Oh.
There he is.
Right.
Do you see someone you know?
He's trying not to be loud. 'Cause he doesn't want to wake this whole room. But he like nods his head, and you can see where he's just like his hands reach out to touch his skin to see if it feels like stone or if it's like flesh.
Penelope's not here.
Yeah, I know.
Penelope's having a date.
Like Diana's never met this guy.
She's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what? Is that like a cousin? Like,
Can I guess, make a perception check?
You can roll a perception check to look across, sure.
Yeah. Cool.
Gotta look past my big ass horse butt.
Big ass, horse ass.
16.
Oh god, big ass horse ass is just Baja.
You're gonna
All
get
right.
Baja blasted.
Oh no. Anyway, yeah, you can see looking across that Aiden is holding a hand up to what appears to be a sleeping Clover mandrake.
Oh, my. That's probably not a good idea, big guy.
It is too late. He is touching that face. To
It is
see
a
if
very long.
Oh.
Okay, so you
Change X, got it.
you touch the face, and as you touch it, it feels warm. It does not feel like stone or
That's
like a corpse. It feels like a sleeping person.
holy shit. Does he look himself, or does he look like where the
He
um
looks the way that he first appeared when Iden met him. Not covered in mushrooms, not all like, edgy Tokyo Ghoul, but like actually the way that he looked when you first met him.
Iden's so overcome with grief right now and distress. Like in a like it's a sense of relief and a did like is this good? Is this bad? Like clearly he's alive himself right now. Like we stopped the progression. Can those that are slumbering hear them? So just to leave him a message, he wants to reassure him. So, in a way, like not only comfort it, we kept safe. He's gonna whisper gently, "Hey, we're gonna fix you. We're almost there. Don't worry." Um, and he's just gonna very carefully, like, just hold his face and just whisper that to him.
Okay. As he does so, um, the light next to him, like the alcove where it's sticking out, seems to bend back a little bit as something is lifting out of it. And what lifts out of it looks like the actual humanoid body of Clover
Holy shit!
manifesting out of that prismatic light. Like, not with full detail, but it looks like his form.
Iden is if he could back up without falling into the void. Um, you just see like his like how like he's got horse body and then like human body, like the human body literally snaps in half, just just he is taken aback. He just wanted to whisper reassured. He's not prepared.
It, the the prismatic Clover
Oh
um,
dear.
reaches out with his hand to put it on your face the same way that you did on his. Will you allow him to do so?
Yes. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, yes.
No, that's fair. I'm asking. I don't want to like take away your agency. Um,
Yes.
So it's a fully prismatic form wearing like the weird face mask thing, or
it's the way that he appeared when you met him before any of the weird stuff happened, when you just encountered him before like the weird land sharks and everything. It just looks like him, but he's just made out of lights. It's kind of like when the ladies
Astral.
manifest, but instead this is out of a more light based than water based. It's translucent, looking through kind of as a prismatic reflection almost.
This is the gayest shit Iden has done yet. They're holding each other's
But yeah,
faces.
is so he's like a full like
He's
the full
like,
body is prismatic body with the sleeping head.
The sleeping head is still on the wall. This is something that is manifesting
Okay,
behind Iden. Um,
oh. Oh, it's
yeah,
behind it. Oh.
yeah, it came up out of that, and that's why it reached up over to you.
Okay, okay.
Because like it's man, like I'll put one on the screen for you. Let's get you a token that's different so that this is easier to keep track of. So let's just make him right here,
how
but
far
this one is bigger. There you go.
how far away are we?
Uh,
Um,
this is kind of this is a distance, isn't it?
distance is a little hard for you to gauge in this room. If you want to get there, since there is like a wall beam thing around you, you could run over and then slip between the lights on one side, or you could just completely walk around on the beam on the other side. But you can get there. Like it's not going to take you long to get there. You just have to be careful if you run around a level that has gargoyles on it, because there's something to trip over.
Yeah, Andis is gonna start making her way downtown, heading over to.
Fair enough. Piano music begins to intensify as they're touching faces. Um, so yeah, Annis, give me an athletics check or an acrobatics check. I'll let you pick. I assume because of strength you want to use athletics, but it's up to you.
Yeah, definitely athletics.
Holy shit!
That is a third.
Okay,
Fucking
so
Looking at.
as Derek is looking over and trying to see what's going on, he looks up and then he can see Annis standing on the wall holding Diana under, carefully. Then noticing what's going on across, turning 90 degrees, and then running like a football player with Diana under one arm, covering this distance at ridiculous speeds. She gets over and around to here and is making her way down that with Diana just unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your opinions, bobbing up and down throughout this entire run, but in no way in danger of being dropped.
I only have a +4 in athletics. How did it add 15?
he crazy.
Just don't question it.
Uh,
It's a fact.
I'm not questioning it.
you're
I'm
proficient in
just like,
athletics,
okay.
and I think the potion gives you a bonus, doesn't it?
You're right. It is the potion because it's a.
Yeah,
Amazing. That's fucking amazing.
you cover a lot of ground. Derek, by comparison, can only cover that much right now, but he's getting there. He's working on it. He's not 35 athletics on it, but he's working on it.
Jesus Christ. Best time to nat 20 on.
That was pretty great. So,
Beautiful.
um, so yeah, as the prismatic one touches your face, Aiden, you think back to meeting Clover in the woods when you were first following him as he was walking around and planting his seeds, and you were curious. This is one of the first people you met,
Yeah. He was
and
the first,
this that day
yeah.
at least, on your way to the Druid meeting, and
He was the first human.
and so as you're thinking back on that, um, uh, it's kind of hard because you see him from, you're running in the trees when that happened, and you slowly followed this guy who was like little mousy dude walking around planning things. You observed where he was putting stuff. It was neat. It kind of led you to where you needed to go anyway. It took you a little bit longer, but you're having trouble remembering where he was planting those seeds, and you're having trouble remembering which path he took. And now it's getting fuzzier by the second.
He lets go. Like, is it just the pathway, or is he becoming?
Um, the the prismatic figure in front of you is starting to look more like
Generic?
Clover. Like he's
Oh,
getting a little bit more solid. Like he's still prismatic, but like before he was a little translucent. Now he's looking a little bit more solid.
okay.
But you were
Is
having
it?
a harder time remembering how you met Clover.
Oh, that's fucked up because that was his first person he's ever met. But the fact that he's getting more solid, he's back for a second. He's just like he's trying to comprehend everything. Like, is his eyes open? Is he still?
His eyes are not yet open, but he's definitely looking
And he's
more solid.
he like touches him briefly again. Just like does his hand pass actually touching him?
So you reach out and you touch him, and when you do, um, this is kind of weird. Um, it's not fully solid. It's kind of like when you put your hand against a dense liquid. It's like you're pushing against a gelatin or a pudding.
Oh, he pulls back immediately, and he's like, Honestly, Arcana check. He's trying to make. And then the extra D4. 17. What the fuck is happening in front of him?
Um,
He's starting to lose memory of him, but this thing is solidified. He is just like he feels like he's losing his.
yeah. So what Aiden is feeling in this moment is that he's encountered something that is like so many things before. Aiden flashes back to that one lesson he got from Lord El-Melloi so long ago.
Woo!
And it's like that was one of the most important learning days of his life because wow, does this stuff come up a lot. Um,
Really had going back, I'd be like, sir, I don't have money, but I'm getting it.
so thinking back to that, he remembers being told that there are spirits, there are wraiths that are generally speaking, they're not like the ghost of the dead or anything like that, but they're often ghosts that can take on ideas or memories or be imprinted upon. And when they do that, they let that shape them to the point where they could even eventually think that that's who they were in a
Oh,
past state. And you get the impression that this thing is trying to take your memories of Clover so that it can become Clover, and it probably thinks it is Clover,
oh no!
but it's not. You know it's not Clover.
But I've touched it enough times.
You've
Fuck!
touched it enough to know that it's starting to take what it can from you, and that it's
I
not
didn't.
likely going to stop.
I didn't immediately panic. So he's just like, no, 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 no. I won't. Like Annis
We
hears
stop
this.
him. We should stop him.
He's
Stop
pulling
him.
back, full on retreating, real.
Okay, so as you were pulling back, because things are probably going to start happening, I guess we are going to be using the combat tracker.
Oh boy.
Can he just go back to
Yay.
sleep? Oh no.
Aiden,
So
what the fuck did you do?
I thought it
as you pull back from it, the
was.
slightly hardening shape of Clover starts to distort. And that distortion looks like that.
Mm.
Let's again some Kingdom Hearts shit.
Sure is.
This whole room just screams Kingdom Hearts.
And for the simplicity of all of you, I'm going to put the other picture on the map so that you don't accidentally pick the wrong Clover-like thing. But it still looks more like Clover than that. It's just in the way of that. Um,
This place
but
is fucked up, man.
It's Clover in an organization.
all right, let's roll some
Fuck.
initiative.
No.
Clocksford. There we go.
I was just really hoping it was sleeping people and we could leave them messages. No. Again.
I was waiting for.
One of these days, we're going to learn how you always roll the worst initiative.
Oh my god.
Wow.
On my last.
Even the number's not bad. It's just everyone rolled better than you.
God damn. Every time.
Yeah.
Can I get that
No.
proficiency in Arcana
I mean,
combat? You know, I'll just take
it's an option if you ever want a feat that gives you proficiencies or something.
Look, look. I'm just saying. Let me roll that last extra d20. God fucking damn. Item's legitimately gonna be like, I am going to stop. This shit has been
I'm having a hard day. He's had to
violent.
fight books. He's had to fight librarians.
This went from
Gotta fight Jello in the shape of Clover.
I cry because this thing has like right.
So, Annis is up.
Yeah.
Let me
You
set
see
you
him
to
looking.
round 1 of initiative because for some reason it still thinks. There we go. I don't know why I didn't acknowledge that the combat was over. Probably because we didn't actually kill the last thing, so the game didn't automatically end it. But yeah,
Pretty
There.
fun. All right, something I can do without falling to.
don't worry too much about ranges here. You're close enough to do anything that isn't weird. I'm not going to try to make this kind of view work on a grid. So
Thankfully, the stairs are right there.
yeah, you got some
Fucking
room to
Ellie,
move if you want
man.
to.
There's not a lot I can.
I recommend not using anything that takes concentration.
Well, yeah,
Otherwise, you're both going to fall.
that is why.
Yeah. At least you're not a paladin. Like 95% of their spells are concentration.
Oh my god, it's horrible.
I know it's for game balance reasons, but it's still rough.
Hmm. Really not a lot I can do.
Throw Diana at it.
And then Diana will be right there. It's great. Conditioning.
I mean, so the light things are, you can stand on them, right?
Yes, they are solid.
Okay. And it's just put me on the stairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and Diana.
And you're just setting Diana down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hmm. Problem is, I won't be able to cast. I mean, we can just keep walking down.
That could carry you.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting.
That's okay. I wasn't expecting a.
I guess do and use bonus action to try and
So
light this guy on
yeah, I
fire.
didn't hear what. So like you setting her down was your move and your action. You were saying your bonus action
Oh
was going to be what?
no! If setting her down was my action.
No, it's not. It just you were cutting out, so I didn't hear what you said you were doing for your action.
Oh, I was thinking of produce flame, but if setting her down was
No, I'm letting you. You can do that.
oh,
You got a 35 on athletics. You could have thrown her if you wanted to.
I'm gonna produce flame.
Okay.
And why did okay?
Well, damn.
I mean,
I cast the fuck out of produce flame.
Anna's.
is that an attack roll or is it a save? I don't remember.
I just
I guess it's an
cast it.
attack roll, so you obviously hit it. Like
I pushed the cast button. Now I
you have to target. I will push the.
range spell attack. That was almost a 20 again.
I mean, just you can like you hit it. Like
You fucking.
you can hit it, and I'll apply the extra damage from the crit because you obviously crit it. Like all right, so 2d6. Roll the damage again on it, and we'll just let it take both because you crit. Or 2d8,
So it's
whatever. 2d8,
actually
yeah.
damage. Okay.
There you go.
Nice.
I mean, it's a
Huh.
crit. Yeah, this weird gelatin clover thing burst into flames. Aiden, you smell burning cotton candy, which is nowhere near as sweet as normal cotton candy.
Caramel. It's
No
caramel.
wonder it was so alluring.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah,
You see him.
so like your pseudo clover person's face is half melted off now.
Oh!
It's starting to
Jesus!
look more like messed up clover.
No! Oh, you are.
So it's clearly this wraith that we're seeing, but the face is clover. So
Yeah.
it's not like I'm just attacking it for the funsies. It really looks evil and
Like, yeah, this thing looked like it was like you saw Aiden trying to back away from it, and it was pursuing him a bit more aggressively. It did not want to separate. It seemed to have been feeding on him.
To be fair, those are some nice men.
All right.
Yo, yo, Derek, want athletics check?
Derek is like, I would get in a fight in a place that has literally no shadows. All right. He is gonna try to run over to the best of his ability.
Honestly, we could just say, hey, we've learned for when it comes time for don't fuck with.
Derek is exhausted.
Oh, right, because we couldn't do anything to help.
Nope. But it's not like 10 was what he needed to hit, and he got exactly 10 on the bad roll. So he barely got there, otherwise he would have fallen. But no, he successfully manages to hop down onto these, and now he's just running over like normal. He doesn't get quite far enough to start punching a ghost, but he is now pretty close. And Penelope is enjoying cotton candy at home. I don't know what Penelope's doing. What is Penelope doing?
How much time has passed?
Like all of 20 minutes. Like she's probably doing
So
whatever she was doing before.
you know what? Just for shits and giggles, she and Johnny found like a fish or something, and
Oh, amazing.
she's like, "Wow, this cotton candy's amazing." I
I
sure
find
hope
it
we don't. Huh?
it's really suspicious how the pink and the blue taste the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope we don't have to run into anything cotton candy.
Ivan's never gonna.
Why would that ever happen?
I mean, we could go into like a candle shop. Could be a
Oh, you mean like some fake cotton candy?
yeah.
That would be disappointing.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, it would. Ugh.
Such as their adventure.
Tee.
Hemlock is not fighting. So now with his weird and melting face,
Oh no.
um, uh, it is going to lunge at Iden again with both hands this time, trying to touch his face.
No, you can't have him.
All
This is
right,
so fucked up if I.
good. That's good for you.
I didn't realize it's like sapping more of like the clover, and it's like no, 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 no. That damn
Yeah,
cat.
yeah. So it reaches out and it brushes against your face, but you don't. No memories come to mind as being taken, so to speak. Like you know that when it tried to take them before, you almost got inspired to a memory and then it got fuzzy. Um,
Yeah.
this one tries, but it doesn't find purchase on anything.
Oh fuck
Um,
you! I know what you're doing now. Fuck you.
yeah, it's that is not working this go round. Which is good because you rolled a 19 and that's important. Um, okay, so that was do 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 do. So like when that fails, it seems to be frustrated and it turns one of its um like clover hands, the one on the side that was burned more, and it just tries to rake at you. Like this is
Okay.
less of a caress and more of a normal attack. Like more of a like, okay, well you're getting over here one way or another. And it absolutely misses because it can't roll for shit. It's for the best.
Get
Now it's Diana's turn.
Okay, so Diana's just going to kind of wave her hand in the air and touch. This is the first time I've done this. Tee.
Oh no.
She'd be like, oh shit. What can I do with bonus action? I don't want to. She's okay. Yeah, she just waved. She like waved her. She's like, oh shit. And then she's gonna like take a step back.
Okay. Um, Diana, in your attempt at swinging at it, you notice that while you did not successfully actually like hit it with your spell, you see the burns are starting to heal. It's reshaping.
Ugh.
For long.
And now, I guess if you're done, it'll be Aiden's turn.
Aiden does not appreciate you taking the fucking memory. I've got a guiding bolt at like second level this thing.
Okay.
No, he's really offended.
Gonna give it the big one.
I'm gonna give him the big one because he with his actual.
Yeah, go for it.
How do I?
Do you want me to target him for you?
Is it the attack and then I?
You should be able to drag the attack, add it on the combat tracker or on its icon. That should work.
Wow, or not.
Did you add your? Are you using your D4?
Oh no, I'm not.
You do you have that effect going right now? I don't remember if that's still on or not. No, you
What?
were using guidance before.
Oh
That's what it was. Yeah,
yeah.
no, never mind.
You're right.
Yeah, I didn't remember if you had your bond on or not. I got it. That was guidance. Okay. Then yeah,
I do.
unfortunately your bolt flies wide and you actually see it strike into one of the sleeping faces on the other side.
But it's
And
not what no.
and when you do that, the sleeping face uh sort of goes and then it goes back into sleeping. Like it doesn't actually wake up, but now it's glowing. So if anyone
Okay.
wants to attack it, you have advantage on attacking that face.
All right. I will pop that bond because we're all right here. Thank you. Yeah, because no, fuck that. And I can get myself plus my proficiency bonus. That's four of us all together. So that's me, Janice, Derek, and yeah, and Diana. That covers all of us.
Woo!
We all have the bond. All of y'all can
The
add a D4
bond.
to either attack rolls, hit, or your save.
Cool.
All right, that's my turn.
Hooray.
Or wait, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh no, I can't do that yet. It's
Is it an action?
yeah, it's an action. It's not like Divinity. I forgot that it's
Got it. Yeah, I can never remember which of them do what. Um,
yeah. All right, next turn I'll do that.
in the future.
Yeah.
All
Pay
right,
attention.
so I'm gonna drag this thing up to Annis because Merlin doesn't get a turn. He knows what he did.
Yeah, I'm attacking with.
Jesus.
Fuego!
All great now.
All right, fire hurts.
Let's see. I think that was a.
Thought it was a what?
I think it's a bonus action to.
Sorry, it cut out. A bonus action to what?
A double checking if produce flame is a bonus.
I don't think so. It's a cantrip, right? They almost never do that.
Oh, yeah, and then I have to recast it after. Yeah, I guess that's.
I mean, shit, that's still down.
How much space is there between Iden and this organization?
Uh, they're still pretty close to each other. Like they're within hitting each other range.
Yeah, because of
Like generally speaking, as long as no one's doing anything super crazy, you can all move back and forth kind of freely right now. Like we're not on a hex system or anything.
Can
This is
I
abstracted
get
out.
between Iden and Wraith?
So you want to try to squeeze between?
Can I?
You are sufficiently athletic right now that I will allow you to try it if you want to do an athletics check to shove Iden back and step in the middle. Are you willing to push a horse?
that's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of horse.
I mean,
Jesus.
I guess about a 21.
I'm gonna say, Iden, are you resisting being pushed back from this?
Honestly, probably not, because he's so shook right now.
All right, Iden is back there. Annis is in the middle.
She's just like standing there, arms folded, like
Annis also has a feeling of, man, you can just push horses.
Derek is like, ooh.
shook. I nope, not this time. Step away from the horse.
All right, Derek is going to run up to this thing and try to watatata it, as is his way.
I like how that's just like the new term. What are you doing? We're cha-chaing.
Listen, Derek has absolutely seen Fist Another Star. There's no way he hasn't.
Flurry of fuck you.
Flurry of Omae wa Moshinderu yo.
Bing bong, fuck your life.
Yeah, that looks like a bonk. It's crazy how much more online monks become once they can punch ghosts. Like it's such a weird threshold that they have to deal with. Like it's not good enough that they like don't get equipment, but like once they hit the level where they can actually just hit things that can be resistant to non-magic, they suddenly can play again.
Facts.
And a punch. Punching it good. And a punch. And a punching it good. And a punch.
Oh, it's two away.
And a punching it good. Cause monks just punch, punch, punch. So yeah, he shimmies his way up those steps, and then while the thing is reaching out and confused at Anna's stepping in the way, it's slightly melted right side of its face, does not see the fist of fury coming, and he just bop 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 all the way up the right side of it. It turns its misshapen head and tries to look at him, but then it turns back and stares again at Iden.
He really wants those clover memories. Not happy.
And it's just kind of like bobs into the way, like
Yeah.
no eyes on me.
Penelope continues to talk about the treachery that is scented candles.
Yeah.
Hemlock hangs out, as Hemlock do. Uh, all right, so the weird ghosty thing is going to try to fly around Annis. If anyone wants to try to bop it, they are welcome to,
Sure, I'll take a swing.
Go ahead.
as will Derek.
Let's see. What's my
He had a stick.
duo?
We've definitely whack-a-mole with this.
I also have the long sword.
The longsword, the
Yeah, which I'm not proficient in, but I do have it equipped.
you could attack with it with a straight D20 if you're not proficient with it. Like you could still use it. Um, you just wouldn't get the proficiency bonus.
Holy
You know, like
shit!
that. You could
Holy
just do that.
shit!
Yeah.
Just to make up
Are
for last week where I can roll another 10.
are
God.
you
Like, Aiden is just like,
are you attuned to it?
oh no. Fucking not. Diana's not the only. He's just
Oh my
like,
God.
you would make a great son.
Are you attuned to it, or are you just using it as a sword?
I think I was just using it as a sword. I mean, I feel like I attuned to it. I have it.
Mostly, I'm determining if this just counts. It says it's checked, so it looks like you attuned to it.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I checked the attune box.
Yeah, you did. So cool. Light it up.
Oh.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
I mean, you crit it with a sword.
That potion works fucking
That
magic.
potion is.
So one of the fun things about fifth edition is that attunement, or not attunement, proficiency is important for armor. Proficiency for weapons at high levels, yeah, it's the difference between like a 0 and a +5. But when your proficiency bonus is only 2 or 3, it's really not that big of a
It's
deal.
not much.
Like if you cast Bless on someone, you've effectively made them proficient with everything. So yeah, you pull out that sword, and like I didn't remember that sword.
Yeah, he's having like.
And the sword ignites and cuts into this thing, and the burning, melty, gooey thing um,
I know. I don't remember
splatters.
if I have it.
I
I mean,
don't-
you do now.
I do.
Yep,
He
it
just
splatters and it
flaming.
sizzles, and the smell of the burning sugar spindles through the air. And as that occurs,
Melting clover and a vile sword that Aiden does not want to see.
yeah. Okay, so now one thing has to happen.
Do I get my memories back?
That's what we're rolling for.
Oh no!
Ah!
Please.
What does a failure mean?
So
Holy shit!
the thing disappears as it splatters against the wall.
Holy shit!
And
Episode.
Aiden, your memories of Clover sharpen again in your head. They are coming back. In fact, you don't even know why all these people are standing around you right now. It seems like just a second ago you were looking over here at the little Clover thing, and all the rest of them were on the other side. But now they're here. When
So
did that happen?
he. So
Aiden, you do
he.
not remember ever encountering this thing.
Oh. He just looks at you horrified with this sword. Does he see
Yes,
the
you
melting
out of
clover?
nowhere turn around from looking at the little Clover face, and you see Annis with a flaming sword.
Just.
Are you alright?
What are you doing?
What? Saving your ass?
Yeah,
Saving-
kind of. I don't know if that's your ex or like.
What are you?
There's like.
Long story. I'll tell you later. We'll tell you later.
I was just sure. Gonna make sure he's okay. What? Why do you have that? Well, he looks down to the pile. Is it was still there, or is it poofed?
It's gone. There's nothing there.
Okay, then he's just like, why are you holding that sword?
You were being attacked. Right, he was being attacked.
Yeah, it was.
And it was definitely.
Just
Yeah.
over there.
Well, I mean, I did run over here pretty quick. Like, it was pretty cool, actually. But no, you were being attacked.
Remember that 35?
No!
He'll never.
Sarah and Diana.
He will never remember it. Yeah.
Diana will cherish that memory for.
You saw, and she's gestures to the clover face. You came over here, you touched it, a big, well, it was like a prism thing that looked kind of like Clover came out. And then it turned into a ghosty looking thing, and then I lit it on fire.
So because
And then punched it, and it was still trying to get you.
you
Got
just,
it.
yeah, you see,
She
like,
puts the sword away.
you can tell he does not register.
Right, it stole your memory. And if you're missing memories, there's no way which one. Do you remember? You remember Clover?
Yeah, I was reassuring him. Looks back, I'm pretty sure another fucking.
Sorry, looks back and what?
The like, because
The face.
Annis is but because I lost my memory, do I have to roll to again?
So you were cutting in and out, and I don't know if it's because I'm streaming it too high or if something is catching on your end.
Let me help with that. All right, start talking.
So because he lost his memory leading up or like during that, does he have to roll again to
So you remember everything that happened with the exception of this thing appearing behind you and attacking you.
I think
Like,
the clarification he's looking for is whether or not the face is a.
Mm-hmm.
if the face is what?
If the face
like
that
all
is
the
in the
face?
hole, if that is a wraith.
No, it's just a face. Like that's still there. Like the face, like all the things along the walls and everything seem to all still be there the same as they were before. And it's like as the only things that were actually affected here were that apparently while Iden was looking at this thing and touching it, this thing being the clover head, and touched it, um, this thing appeared behind him out of the weird light crystal thing. And from there, that stuff he doesn't remember, but everything else seems to be the same. It still seems to have faces on the walls or like people on the wall, like sleeping or whatever it is they're doing. The
Okay,
glowing thing
what?
is still going on across the room. It's just the weird wraith thing. Like actually, yeah, you know that some of your magical energy has been expended and that there's a glowing face across the room. Um,
Just, did I do that? It just looks.
Look, okay, just don't touch the clover face. Don't touch the faces. We fought. You don't remember it, but trust us. We fought a creepy. Um, let's just.
Yeah,
Let's
Iden's
just,
like, no, not after that. He's reassured Clover. He's like, nope, no more. Maybe all the heads do this. Maybe it's just the light.
Let's just, for safety's sake, let's
Not
not touch
touching.
anymore. Go the rest of the way down. Because, I mean, we are, like, we are here on a mission.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my wrist like I.
I mean, I did that earlier.
She is wearing.
Oh yeah.
So she's
Bracelets.
This could conceivably have a clock on it, but we are.
I can only stick to walls and lift you for so much longer. So
I mean,
Thankfully, that was only 12 seconds. You know.
yeah, combat was not very long here.
It was like 2 rounds in 12 seconds.
Yeah, like your entire interaction with this thing took maybe a minute because obviously for a moment before the combat started you were interacting, but like this whole thing is very quick.
Yeah, and then we all obviously had this.
We're going down. I didn't like it took none of these faces.
The Judge Judy kid.
Yeah, this is inaccurate. She's like,
right.
Come on.
Right. No more touching faces. Don't try and interact.
Going down. Wee.
They're going. She's just gonna like lean in. And
so, how much do you know about?
I know that he's dead fossil.
So while we're walking down towards the big glowing light, she'll give Diana.
Oh,
situation. So you're not really an X. Actually, not.
But you were cutting in and out for me. I think next time I'm just gonna put it back to 720p because I don't know if it's just my bandwidth not keeping up with the chat or if there's something else going on with three people using one microphone or what. But even when one person's talking, it cuts out like every fifth second of talking, and that's
Interesting.
very weird. Like maybe when you listen to the recording later, it'll make more sense. But
Hmm.
it's
Has it been
almost like
doing
Discord can't keep up, whether it's
that?
my bandwidth or something else. I don't know.
Maybe we should cut off the bird bit.
Has it been doing this all day, or is it just now?
It's been doing it. It's hard to tell if it like I feel like it picks up a bit more when we have a lot more to say in rapid succession, like it stands out more. Um, but I don't know. Like I mean, it was doing it a little bit last week too, so I'm wondering if it's just because I upped the video quality. That's why I
It
think it
might
might
be.
be on my end,
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a lot to chug.
right? So I think next time we'll probably dial it down a little bit and see if that fixes it, and if it does, then we'll know. It's the fun of all of us being in different locations from when we did this on the regular before and finding out what our bandwidth can support.
True.
But anyway, um, okay, so what you were giving Diana the down low on what?
She's basically filling in on the
And
The
as
whole
and who
Clover
is
situation.
yeah.
Got it. Hooray. So is it safe for me to assume that all of you continue down to the bottom?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as you get closer to the bottom, um, going about your merry way, you do see there are still faces everywhere. As you go further, there's still varying faces. As you get closer to the bottom, it gets brighter. You can feel Derek not liking this. Uh, um, like
is
there are
that
no shadows to be had for all the light in here, and also as you get closer to the bottom, that that kind of cotton candy-ish smell starts to pick up a little bit more. And as you are, I'm just going to drag you down for visual representation. As you're down, let's say about there-ish, uh, abstractly, you guys are all down there. Um, you can see, and this is more rungs than what were on the map. Like this took a moment, but you've still got a little bit of your spell left. Um, getting down there, you can see in the middle is that doorway, and beyond that, to within the doorway, it's another light similar to the one that you went through at the top. The area around that looks like that weird um, giant soap bubble of an ocean that you saw outside from the tower. You don't quite know if the distance inside the tower matches what it would have been on the outside, but it seems to be roughly in that area of like the tower goes down and into that water, and this is a thing on top of that water.
So when we get to the bottom of the staircase-ish situation, like, are we actually? Does it come in contact with the water?
The staircase stops when you get to that doorway,
Gotcha.
but it's hard to see because like it's not fully transparent. Like looking at the water, it's hard to tell like depth, similar to like looking at normal water. There's so much light coming from inside of it that it's difficult to tell if the steps continue past the surface or not.
Gotcha.
But there's a door.
There's a door, and you can reach that door from the bottommost rung on this thing before it goes into the water. Like you don't have to just free jump to the middle.
Annis, do you mind putting me down for a moment?
Oh, sure.
She wants Diana wants to take her sword and like poke the water a little bit.
Okay.
See,
So as you poke the water, it The everywhere that the sword pokes, it sort of freezes over around that momentarily. The sword does go into it. It doesn't stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it does put more resistance on it than normal water would. Like one of the things that Diana knows from experience is that water, specifically like water, um, seems to get out of her way or hold her up as whatever is convenient for her. Water works for her. Water is her
Mm-hmm.
dedicated employee that likes to suck up. Um, and this stuff is not doing that. This is giving you more resistance when you push into it. It's similar to before. It's kind of like putting a knife in Jello. It's not putting up a lot of a fight, but it's not smooth.
Hmm.
You get the
So
impression that you probably should not go swimming in this.
she's just gonna stop as soon as she gets the mental information that she needs. She's like, we might as well go through this. Yeehaw!
Chili.
No,
He pulls out the.
jumping through the door.
Do you think would have some of that water in a bottle?
I
I
literally.
mean, Jello almost feels like. I mean, obviously, I can't tell.
You read my mind. I was
Are you
told
gonna
not to
try?
do things, so unless Annis allows me to.
Annis is going to take an empty bottle
Uh-huh.
out of her potion kit and try to collect some of this weird water.
Okay, so how are you collecting it? Are you just like scooping it up with the bottle, or are
Yeah.
you okay?
The thing where you can kind of halfway dunk into,
Yeah,
in theory.
but you're not
Try to
trying to
collect
touch the water. You're just trying
halfway.
to scoop it while holding the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. Uh. Yeah. Let's. The weird world of what skill is that? Um.
Sleight of hand?
Uh.
Well,
Honestly, as weird as it is, I'm gonna say you can roll medicine for that because I feel like the
Ooh,
skill set is there.
yeah, that makes sense.
Um.
nice.
So you can give that a go.
Oh.
So, you try to scoop it up, but as soon as the glass touches it, it feels significantly heavier, and you feel the glass getting pulled in.
Oh, she'll like try and pull the bottle back.
Use your super strength.
I was. Yeet!
Athletics
So,
away.
athletics? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go in this water.
You manage to pull it back out, but when you do, the bottom half of the glass uh, seems to be crystallized over.
Oh.
And
Archon.
because of your medicine abilities, and in general, because you're actually very familiar with this, um, Aiden is also kind of familiar with it. Uh, your glass is covered about 30 to 40% with rock candy.
Oh. I look at your bottle.
we don't. We don't want to eat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That seems like a bad idea. She just tosses the whole bottle in, cuts it.
Uh, when the bottle hits it, it sinks very quickly.
We don't want to go swimming.
No, I don't.
Not at all.
Ugh.
Let's go through this door.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna it.
All right. You walk down to the bottom, and I'm not making you roll for this. It directly lets you get to it. So, fun experience.
I literally was like,
When
Sorry.
you jump towards the door from the stairs, the world around you rotates 90 degrees, and you end up going through it upright.
huh. Huh. Really quickly. Clover could have candy. It's like a turn to stone. Johnny
No.
could have been rock candy.
No. No.
No, I'll tell
No.
you. I'll tell you later.
Oh no.
Yeah, no,
I was like, that's a great.
All right.
no.
So,
Later.
as you go through the light this time, um, unlike the area outside of the door, when you went into this one, there was a similar feeling of passing through. This is more like passing through, not quite a cloud, but you pass through a it. It's like when you first lay down in a nice warm bubble bath. Like part of you feels warm faster than the other part, but as you pass through, it encompasses all of you, and it feels comforting. It's soothing. Passing through this seems to relieve you of some of your stress to the point where Derek loses his level of exhaustion,
Oh.
which is nice. He appreciates that. He's tired of being tired. Um, aren't we all?
Mm,
I need to get me one of those.
right.
Yeah. Come on, Derek. You don't need to be exhausted. Let me change your status. Why is this game so buggy?
Extra exhausted.
There it is. Exhausted, no longer. Um, his exhaustion is removed. And so you go through that, and you find yourselves in a room that is way, way less bright than where you were a second ago. So I'm going to drag you to a brand new map. Such excitement. Okay, come on, stop being super tiny. Let me fix that right now. We're not doing that.
Can you imagine how tiny?
Like I made your icon so small on that map because of how it works that now that you're going to a normal map, I have to fix it.
I guess we don't need this face.
You don't need what?
We don't need the map anymore. Of the
No, I'll share the new one with you after I get all of you to the proper size. Um, I have to redo all of it because it made you super tiny on the last map. So 1 second while I get you fixed.
What a way to go.
What away?
We don't want to eat. Oh.
But hey, aren't you glad you didn't all turn into rock candy?
Yeah, that would have been tragic.
Not the
We all
ending
had
of
very
your story that you
proper.
wanted.
What now?
I don't think that would have been the ending of your story that you wanted.
Not really. No.
So what happened to your D&D character? Well, you're not gonna believe me.
She died as she lived, deliciously.
So what happened to your D&D character? I mean, she's fine. The other one isn't, though.
Oh, I hate when they don't align perfectly. Come on, align better.
Are we still cutting out every once in a while?
It's still happening, yeah. Which is
Okay,
why I think
well,
it's
it
just
was
something with
cutting
my
out.
setup. Am I cutting out to you?
Not really. No.
Okay, that's weirder. Because I would think that if it would have been in both directions.
You'd think.
All right, well now I have to drag Derek on fresh because Derek is incredibly tiny as he was the one that I dragged over from the old map. All right, there we go.
He's no
So
longer exhausted, but he is
he's itty bitty bitty.
like, don't worry, you're still hot. You just now.
All right, let's drag you all in. Let's close out of the giant super rainbow map because enough of that. Derek, stop being super tiny. Get your act together, buddy. Delete Derek token. Make new Derek token. Derek suffers pretty hard from being an NPC token, while all the rest of you get like the benefits of being a PC token.
Oh.
Oh goodness.
All right.
Right, while we're waiting on the
No.
yay. To make them face at me. Do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Away with you.
All right. Cool. Sharing a new map. Let's enjoy a picture. Probably won't load for Merlin. Let's activate party vision again. Let's drag Merlin to the corner where he belongs.
Yeah, this is a little more.
Hey yo.
Actually, Merlin, you get to be super tiny so that you... Why are there two of you? Stop it.
Oh shit, I didn't do that.
There he is. Now Merlin can't bother us anymore. All right. Merlin is trapped on the other side of a door. It's funnier that way. Yeah. So now, having passed through all that weirdness, the lot of you, including your bird and your bat, are finding yourself in a spooky place. A spooky place covered in spider webs. And while it would normally be very, very dark, I have turned off the lighting effects for right now because there are so many walls that I did not think that would make for a good user experience. And all of you have you've got your lights, you've got your goggles, you've got whatever you need to see that I'm not going to jump through all those hoops again. We will operate on the assumption that you are seeing the world in black and white or using lights accordingly.
Oh, we've definitely got our lanterns.
Yeah. So you are now in Luigi's Haunted Mansion, which, as we established earlier, is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Uh, no one will ever get context for that. Enjoy the mystery. Um, so hey, yeah, you're in a spooky place, and there's spider webs everywhere. Congratulations. Get the impression you might finally be in that place you were trying to get to.
Yeah, I'm looking around for sunflower seed, tatter,
Uh,
music.
give me an investigation check.
Nice.
18.
That is a respectable roll. Um, looking around, you don't find any more seeds, but you find a tattered piece of paper uh, near that desk in the middle, but it does not give you an indicator of which of the four doors you can see, I guess, would lead to where you want to go. But you know that again, you're in the right place.
Well, the ranger that we're following is definitely where they were taken.
gonna be my other 4th level spell slot. There's not 10 running. I can look,
Oh.
but it means I can't death ward anybody. As unless we want to rest the spider, I'm not gonna. So I'm like, do I hold on? Search for her the old-fashioned way.
Let's search the old-fashioned way.
Hooray.
So just glancing to my left, are those fucking spider cocoons?
What?
Don't you what me?
Give me a nature check.
I already do not.
Gotta guidance myself.
Using that same roll, spider.
That's a 12.
All right, so for Iden, like those are totally like little spider nests, and it doesn't take a lot to see that there are little spiders scurrying
Oh shit.
throughout the corners of the rooms, and that there are very large spider webs encircling what appear to be statues ahead of you.
Hmm. Those ain't statues.
I am gonna let it spiders and points that
Yeah.
she
No what?
should probably know.
I'm sure she knows what
Spiders?
here.
Who'd have thought?
Oh,
Who'd have known?
who-
I don't know if that'll be useful.
Diana's gonna look up, see if she notices anything up on the ceiling.
Haha, fair. Yeah, looking up at the ceiling, you can see that there are like the room that you're in is like the walls are stone
Yeah.
throughout. The ceiling above has um it the ceiling itself seems to be stone as well, but there are wooden beams across most of the ceilings above you. Like there's a rafters area where you can't quite see what's up there beyond the fact that obviously there are spiders scurrying around on those. Like you would not be surprised if there were even more of those little um, spider egg clusters above you where you can't see.
Good, 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 good. I love this. I love what she's done with Gus. Anyway, and then can she approach one of the quote unquote statues to see if she can get a better?
What
I
is
mean,
she doing?
probably she wants to see. She knows it's most likely a, but like she wants to see if she can notice if anybody's basically if it's moving at all,
Okay,
completely still.
Yeah,
okay.
Ennis will follow and check for that as well.
I would say would that be investigation?
It's investigation if you're going to like interact with it. If you're going to just look at it, then it's perception, but investigation will presumably need a much smaller number because you can actually gather information.
Um, she's just gonna look for now,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then if she picks up anything, then she might investigate. But she's
Okay.
Ennis is also going to proceed.
oh no, that's a 10.
Dirty 20.
Uh, so taking a look at it, like which one are you looking at, the left or the right one?
I'll go for the right.
If you go for that one, I'll go.
Let me go for lefty. All right. So going in roll order, Diana, looking at the left one, you notice that from the structure around it, it looks like this is a pretty thick um, webbing to the point of almost being a cocoon. It doesn't completely block light from going in, and since you're here with your lantern, you can kind of hold it up to see the underlying structure, and it is a humanoid structure, but it is larger than a normal person, and it is bulky in areas. Like the shoulders are much bulkier than they should be. Um, the head is too big. Like the whole thing just seems to be a little bit too big to be a person. Annis, from doing similar investigation, discerns that at the center of this thing is in fact a giant suit of armor, and you don't know if this is like display armor that has been overrun by spiders or if maybe there was a person in armor who was overrun by spiders. But given the way that it's standing there, it seems to be more on display as opposed to a human or humanoid who would probably be screaming and freaking out to be this surrounded by spiders.
Well, it looks like it's just a suit of armor. Might have been a person at one point.
Mm,
We should not touch them.
oh, I wasn't planning on it. Just for giggles, Diana's just gonna be like, lean like a little close to it, not like super close, but just a little closer to it and be like, hello, is anyone in there?
You do not hear or see a response, other
Alright,
than little spiders scurrying up and down the webbing, which they were doing
okay.
before you interacted with it.
Alright, well,
I'm gonna look at the books on the table without touching them.
Okay. Um, Looking at the books, you see that there, the one that's in front of Annis appears to be some kind of logbook. It's written in a script that you're not familiar with, but the nearby quill and ink, the ink is wet. It's been used recently, and there's a bit of wet ink on the quill. And judging by the the idea that it seems to be a log of some kind, just based on like noticing patterns in the numerals, like you can discern that it's an increasing order. um Something on there is um presumably recent. You don't know if it means today or if it means like this week, or like the most recent thing on it is still wet ink.
She's been here very recently. Someone. The the ink is still wet.
Look over.
yeah, can I take a peek at page?
Yeah.
Can't fucking read it.
Does it look like any Diana knows?
I am looking over all of your languages now to see.
Alright.
uh don't know that any of you have this language, but I'm double checking because it's been so long that I'm forgetting.
I don't have any of the potions of linguistics, but I made some.
That was from when I read the book.
Yeah, but you don't have any left?
It says I do, but I thought that I used them.
Okay.
You said you still have like inventory of them.
Yeah, like it's still in there, but I thought there were. It took two to go through the whole book.
Like, I've still got the entry in my inventory.
Like they're like I have not been ticking off your potions when you use them, so I don't know if you've
Yeah,
used
I
them or
just
not.
Okay.
I marked it as 0 just to be.
It was the that spell.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. All of you looking over it, this won't be easy, but well, I say everyone. Um, Aiden and Annis, give me an investigation check.
I am guidancing my.
15?
Okay. Um,
Yes.
uh, Aiden's not really making anything out of this. Annis notices that most of the entries on the piece of paper seem to have been written in what would pass for one handwriting, but the one at the bottom, the one that you think is the most recent, possibly like recent enough that the ink is still wet, um, was done by a different handwriting, and it's one that you've seen somewhere but you can't quite place.
Mm.
Like it's written in like a language you don't know, but like something about the script of it and how like it's written is familiar. Like you've seen that handwriting somewhere.
History
So,
check because
I'll point this out. So, all of these are one person, and I've seen this, but I just can't quite place it.
could
Hang on.
Can Diana investigate to see if she recognizes?
She can too. Yeah,
Okay.
so when Shalara, because I can't remember if she showed her notebook to Aiden, but
I think you took her notes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all
oh,
have
that's
some
it.
of
Diana.
those.
I think someone took her
Okay.
notes.
Yeah, Diana's got a page of.
Okay.
I forgot.
Diana, having a page of them, like, are you trying to compare?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Diana notices that all of them but the last one are presumably the same handwriting with the notes that you have, so you can probably assume that those are written down by Shalara.
So I say I
Hmm.
definitely have some.
All right.
But the last one
Yeah.
wasn't Shalar.
Last one was not Shalara, but it is familiar to Annis.
Yeah. So these all match up with Shalara's research notes. So
It all looks like it's the same language. Hello?
hello.
Yeah. Those all look the same. It's only the last one that looks different.
But it's all the same language.
Yeah, everything seems to be, as far as you can tell, written the same language with the same script. It's just not one that you know.
Oh, just the last one is different.
And if I rolled, it would. Oh damn.
The second set of handwriting only looks.
So, from your investigation checks, I'll give this to both Annis and Diana for hitting this with a 15. Um, the the one that is Shalara's handwriting has a certain lean to the way that whatever, like the paper in this case, was being held. That is very different from the other one. The other one, that final one looks like a more freehand, like less firm, less measured. Also, it looks less accustomed to writing with the ink quill versus the first one. Like you get the impression that if those were Shalar's notes and these are written, that's from someone who's accustomed to taking notes. It's from someone who has to write a lot of detail into a small space. So it's a finer, smaller, more focused handwriting. This other one seems to be more like more loose to the point where it kind of reminds you of the way people's handwriting is different when they write their signature. Like it's something that's practiced, but it's not really concentrated for, efficiency of space or ease of reading.
Hmm. And do we? I know Diana has a list of all, but did we ever get that list? Okay.
Because I didn't.
And the only name on there that Soren were obviously people, but like actual like named characters.
Like the list, you mean the list of the people missing?
Yeah.
The list of the people missing were like they're characters that like Annis would know, but no one like that stands out for like the purposes of this narrative.
Okay.
Like they're known rangers, but it's not like and then you met this one and you became good friends on screen. It's nothing like that. And this does not seem to match any of them as far as you can tell. They would also presumably, if they were writing their name, they would write it in Elvish.
Yeah, that's true. So it's familiar handwriting. It's martial art. Do I get a sense of like whether I've seen it recently?
Yes,
Okay.
this is a handwriting. Like you don't recognize the name because it's in a different thing, but you are placing this is something that you have literally seen within the last week or two.
Oh man, but that's like years of the game. It
Yeah,
must be
yeah,
really.
yeah.
We should take this. If if you feel it's familiar,
I just can't place
So-
it.
this might be evidence.
It's something I've seen. It's place it, and we don't know what language this is. Yeah, Annis will carefully pick up the book
Uh-huh.
and bring it to Penelope later.
and put it in her bag.
You do so. I will add an item to your
We
inventory.
don't get attacked.
You do
Yes.
not get attacked by a librarian. There is
The
no
other,
shushing.
and then those other papers are just like inconsequential.
Yeah, they're just straight papers. Like most of them are actually blank.
Murphy's gonna
Um,
have a lot of comprehending languages to do. We got papers for you.
I know there was another book with another really suspicious inkwell at the beginning of that case, but we didn't bring it with us. Can't
yeah. You did
All
not bring
right.
that with you, but you also didn't really get to see any writing with it because you were all afraid of touching it.
True. True. All right. Well, there's 3 doors. Well, there's 4. I don't think we want to go back to the rainbow faces chasm thing in
You
particular.
don't want to go back to Rainbow.
Going through, I guess.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Which one do you want to go to?
Do any of them look like they've been used somewhat recently?
Um,
Perhaps.
Unlike the weird library place that you went into, all of these things seem to get regular use.
Hmm.
Dang.
I'm gonna pray to Eldath for a
No.
sign.
And we aren't finding any more of the sunflower seeds.
No,
Uh,
the
More
only
than
thing.
None
She
signifying where to go.
okay. I guess our best guess is eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
The
We
most
could just
scientific of method.
It is.
Um,
It is random disembodied. Um.
I'm going to try something. Yeah, I'm going to try something. So
Alright.
Annis will go towards one of the dark. See if she can find.
Not a friendly spider.
She's gonna cast Speak with Animals if she finds a spider.
Oh, you can find plenty of spiders. You'll have no issue finding spiders.
Oh, it's like the first, or yeah, the first episode on.
Yeah, there's spiders everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, Speak with Animals. First level spell. So yeah, she's gonna kind of see if she can get the attention of this spiders.
I mean, it's not too hard to do. They're watching you. Now that you're getting up close, you notice that a lot of the spiders are watching you.
Uh, hello?
Hello.
Is it like 1,000 hellos layered over
Yeah,
each other? Okay.
yeah, they are replying as one.
Oh, this is okay. I don't have a talk to Kwaku when we get back to normal. Okay. How do you do? We are trying to find a very big spider named Shalara. I heard that she's here.
You seek the mother?
I knew.
Yeah, we do. Do you know where we can find her?
She is where she wishes to be. She is everywhere. Would you like us to go get her?
You want to use item as bait?
Hang on just a second, friends. She turns back.
We will be here.
There's a lot of spiders. They're offering to bring her to us.
I mean, tell them we'd rather go.
Okay. I mean, if they bring her here, we could try and ambush her. Probably.
Yeah, I did.
Turns back to the spiders. We would rather go to.
She
Can
is
you tell us
currently
which of the-
busy, but if you wish for us to let you or know that you are waiting, I'm sure she will hurry up.
Can you
At
just tell us
present, she is speaking with the Stitched Man.
Oh, don't
Tell
translate.
them we have important business. I don't.
Sorry. Last 2 weeks, did I see the contract with the butcher's name on it where he signed it? Did I see that?
You all looked at it.
You did.
Aiden has it on him.
I do.
She turns back. I need to look at that contract.
Turn immediately.
I'm comparing it. Is it the same?
It could be. It's hard to
Okay.
compare like names in different systems, but it could be.
Can Diana take a peek?
Yeah, but I haven't told you guys what.
Well,
She's just
looks-
holding the contract. They mentioned a stitched man. She's kind of like hyperventilating.
Full fury.
We know there's more than Shalara here.
That's a problem. Aiden, as much as he hates it, says, "No,
No, we can't. Obviously. Wait, but this contract.
he can't fight,
He can't fight us.
but she can."
She can, and she can. And we don't know if there are other hot. We don't even know if it's. It's
Ask-
just. Okay.
Talk, Spider.
All right. Hands back the contract. Puts away the book.
What's the fucking con?
Okay. All right, Spiders.
I mean,
Just for anyone who
She
needs a
was
refresh.
doing, like, the worst.
For anyone who needs a refresh, I've just shared the actual wording in case it matters to you.
It says,
Fuck, not
I,
enough
the
plan.
butcher, will not harm, kill, or stalk by non animals and humans I order on my behalf until Aiden, a healer of Eldeath's servant, faces the butcher's holy grail. Or should Aiden not entry by then this clause will be null and void. Should the butcher violate these terms, he will forfeit all abilities gained position of species.
So he can't attack.
He will also instruct his father killing and stalking by magical or non-magical and humans for the same duration.
So he can't do anything, but she's.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like they mentioned a. Okay. All right. Okay. Spiders. Can you tell us which of these 3 doors leads most quickly to where your mother is?
They start. It's not that they quite huddle up so much as they start making a little clicking noise amongst themselves, as if they're conversing.
As I'm
And
speaking spider, I'm just making these awful clicks.
Yeah, yeah, you're all making a little clicky noise.
Aiden's like, are you asking if there's?
And then they finally all at once stop and turn to look back at you, and then they say, "Mother likes to entertain guests in her study, which would be most easily accessed through the door between the statues,
Hmm.
though it's possible that she's giving him a tour, in which case she would be near the holding cells, which you could reach through that door or the far door."
So
What is behind the door over here?
The one to the right.
Yeah.
That is the food room.
Hmm.
Would you like
Okay.
something to eat?
I'm good for now. You've been very helpful, very nice spiders.
We aim to serve.
you're
I think you're
you
cutting
cut
out.
out.
Oh, they say we aim to serve.
Ah, okay.
Aiden's having a lot of.
So stands up, goes back to the group. Hey, well, um, that room over there is the me that I think study where she is through the door between those statues. That's probably a trap. And then the room over behind me, and she's gesturing. I think they said leads to the holding.
Aiden's having a lot of realization.
Why to paper? I don't know.
The spiders and have you ever heard of the butcher?
Yeah, like the. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of made an enemy of him. Iden locked him into a kill anyone until they fight in the Grail Wall. It's a whole thing. It could be him. It's probably him. I don't know why he's here, how he's here.
You right there now because I realized Aiden's real
Mm-hmm.
stitched man cleric who's done this to him. She did it. She is the stitcher for him. Both lived long time. Most likely cahoots for hundreds of years.
That's the thing about the butcher. He's got all these
He did not do himself.
Yeah.
Can. Okay. Did. This is something I don't actually know about at all.
Uh-huh.
Would Nimue have told her any of this about the butcher, or is that.
The butcher did not come up when she was talking to you about this because the conversation was about going and dealing with the spider, not anything
Yeah.
to do with that guy.
Oh no, like I mean, in like any of their other conversations, he would not have come up.
He came up in this, like in the general sense of he was one of the confirmed masters in an upcoming Holy Grail War as a result of the actions taken by your current travel companions.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know about him in that context.
Okay, and other than like the general,
Like you,
would be
she
like
would have
in.
been told that he is an incredibly old entity. He's the whether or not it was actually him or he simply took on the title, he's referred to often as the Harvester, who the Harvester organization have rallied behind. He's the boogeyman told to phantasmals that will come and take you away and, cut you up, use you for parts, whatever they say to scare children. But also, he is very much a real thing that is wandering around, and that at some point in time, it's unknown whether or not he was originally a dead apostle or if he became one by virtue of his acquisition of presumably the remains of one. He is currently classified among them, and therefore is in one of the unique states where actually killing him would require finding a way to do it. Simple violence would not be enough.
Gotcha. Okay, so hold hold on. All I knew about coming down Shalara.
Yeah,
That's
we did
Are
yeah.
you telling me pissed off the butcher? Like the phantasmal butcher, so to speak.
Yeah.
You've signed a contract with him?
Yeah, it means he can't
Like,
actually fight us without losing all, Phantasmal Mojo.
why did you do this?
To
Keep humans and safe.
I mean,
from the harvest.
what did you give him in exchange?
I thought he just said you.
No, she doesn't know the circumstances of just
Like the contract thing to show her.
Yeah, let me look up. Actually, I can.
And
Do you mind popping up the?
Yeah, I can do that.
Like I know I just read it out loud, but I'm like, that went in one ear and out the.
No, it's all good. I will open it again.
The harvest is really on hot. Butcher is twat, really. He's not that cool.
So, hold on. Reading this through. Okay, so it's Aiden. You are not a confirmed master.
Yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
The allotted time still.
How did the butcher gain an entry? Because it doesn't say anything about it in this.
We gambled for it and won it, and then traded it to him. The 5 months of safety for.
Wait a minute.
From the harvesters, and also
Is this
a guaranteed fight against him in the grill war.
And keep it fucking safe. This thing's gotta stay. And I tuck it in.
Let me look at that signature again. Look, is that the signature? She's gonna compare it to the log.
Yeah.
Does the signature look the same or similar?
Like the words are different, but it looks similar in
You see his real
style and
that's,
stroke.
yeah, that's.
I think it's
him.
him. I'm
It's
pretty
him.
sure. There's no reason it's not.
So.
Which
Oh,
I mean,
shit. Okay, I have.
For that, we would be utterly fucked. But he can't actually touch us with that contract, or he becomes a normal person. So we don't. I mean, we should worry about him, obviously. A problem.
Ironically, Laura because of this either. He's.
But you're right, Aiden. I think she's been.
Like, everything immediately. The moment you said this, he is like, it's better.
I could go ask the spiders, like, is this guy giant fucking hot? Does he look. Got stupid blonde hair, smoking constantly, but gotta admit, did not see this coming.
Holy shit.
How are we all feeling? We could probably duck back into the weird face nap if we needed to.
I'm fine. I'm trying to find a note that.
Yeah, and I'm.
Yeah.
Derek, you look a little less tired. You okay?
There's things Aiden wants to say.
Derek let you know. Yeah, it's
shit.
actually really weird. I was feeling pretty wiped for a bit there, but I'm feeling better now. I guess just needed a cold shower, whatever that was. I don't know.
He found something.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Me too.
Oh, okay, okay. I figured it. Um, so okay, so Diana's gonna like just hold on. So gambled and got the invitation. You gave him the invitation.
Pieces. All pieces.
Diana looks a little. You
We can take.
So how exactly are you going?
So he doesn't. Again, he makes gesture. He can't tell her because Annis knows she was there. He can't tell Diana. He does not want this. He makes a motion to her where he's just like other side later.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
But you see, like it's like he has some.
She okay, so she's just gonna like grab the little like pin, take a really deep breath, and just be okay. All right, let's go. Just let's go. Let's pick a path.
So I do not, unless the no, we can rescue. Survivors seem to think that they were, and then they were there.
See if I.
I am getting every other second of the group of you right now.
We're sorry. I don't want to go in the food. It's probably, as long as we're careful, and she probably already knows we're here. But if we sneak up, maybe we can get the drop. At least see if anyone is rescuable.
Yep. Sounds as planned as any.
Did I use?
I
No. Well, my spider climb is still active.
Um,
wasn't.
it doesn't look like it's enforcing concentration rules for you for some reason.
Annis breaks.
But also, speak with animals isn't.
No, I more mean because you have spider climb and it still thinks your summon elemental is out, and that's been
Oh,
gone for a while. I'm just doing some cleanup
I
on that.
can't make us stealthy, but I can send the bat ahead. Maybe it won't get eaten this time.
Maybe we could win slash if we get back. Right?
You're learning a lot of things very.
It's a
Well,
oh boy.
I'm super strong. I'm just gonna pull Shalaris one by one and beat the butcher with them. Let's fucking. Gonna rolling up to this door.
All right, you have picked a path.
Assume I'm being careful and not like
Yeah. I assume you're not.
through those statues.
Yeah. Cool. I'm just gonna drag all of you over here because I assume you're all going. Hooray. All right.
I'm going to again. Is it a what? Describe the door.
The door is it is a wooden door. It is ornate, like it's nice. It looks like it probably would belong in a fancy manner that it would be in much better shape than this one. It appears the spiders, while they definitely have built webs everywhere, did not really mess with the door because the door seems to be in regular use. It's actually in pretty good shape. Solid door. It is
Does
not
it
locked, if that's what you're wondering. It does not appear to be latched.
open in or out?
It looks like it would open away from you.
Okay. Is there a gap under the door?
There is a slight gap under the door.
Hmm,
You get the impression that's maybe how spiders move throughout.
okay. I'm going to open the door just enough to let that through.
Okay. I will just open the door for you so that you can see inside. And
We should assume she knows we can't. Right. So give me a second to.
I think we'll probably just pause here because the connection's getting worse and we've had a good run, and then we can go full dungeon exploring next time.
Yeah.
But hey, this is a room that you can think about for a week.
I hate it.
I. We found out the fucking butcher is here. Fucking kid.
He's a weird guy, weird hobbies. But yeah, you learned a little bit of thing about him. That's fun.
He's got
Hmm.
a. He's got a
Ahoy!
shirt.
Jazz and just slap it and be like, "Oh, you can't touch me."
I mean, that is the path.
I turn into a giant eagle and swoop. I pick up Diana in my beefy.
Your
Diana.
beefy one arm as an eagle.
Ah!
The Trogdor approach.
That's not the sound eagles make.
No.
All right, so yeah, we'll chill for this. Next week I'll try adjusting the stream settings and see if maybe that evens out the sound a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
Learning, but cool, we did it. Go team. All right,
Woo!
going to wrap up for the night. So, um, see you guys next week when I think you'll get to dungeon crawl and probably fight a spider.
Woohoo!
Yeah, game got way more D&D at some point.
I'll be like, bitch, you thought you hung.
Meanwhile,
You're gonna run right up to me.
Like, give me Nina.
Look,
I'll deal with you in a minute. She's like, give me Nina.
Aiden is just speedrunning all of his dramas today.
Honestly, losing Clover, dealing with Shalara and the sword that Anna's hid. Fucking the butcher's in here.
You know,
Butcher. the diamond dust thing.
yeah, you better find some dust if you want to come back this way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we take care of the butcher now.
stop.
Oh my. I want to confront that bastard. You son of a bitch, you thought you were hiding? Hey, it's cotton candy, bitch.
You'll get a shot at it. So, all right, cool. We're gonna wrap for here, but we'll jump into that next time because honestly, if you have any of these dialogue, I want it to happen without the sound cutting out on you. So,
Oh, yeah,
yeah. So,
I've
cool.
got a week to
Yeah.
prepare
Yeah,
Ida's anger.
it'll be fun. All right. Well, I'm gonna close out of this thing now, but thank you everybody, and then the
Have a
journey
good
continues.
night.